we have any groups? Anybody hanging out today? Any big groups come out tonight? Woohoo! Woohoo! Where are you guys from? I'm sorry. Request acknowledge. It's like a chat room, only we're really here. Talk out loud. I can hear you if you just talk. Don't try to type it. Just talk to me.
Press any key.
What is it?
Press any key.
Press any key. Is that a name of a company? That'd be a great name of a company. Press any key. Yeah, we're the Reboot Systems. Are you requesting a joke, sir? Or did I ask the wrong question? How do I get to the next page? Press any key. That's right. How do I get to the next page? Well, I'm from Blenco. What company do you work for? Control-Alt-Delete. Control-Alt-Delete. All right. I gotta wait while this show reboots now. We'll go to this side of the room. Apparently this one... Welcome. You have tuned in to Comedy in Place, the comedy show that comes to you from my office right here in my home in Southern California. I am your host, Don McMillan. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm reminiscing. That opening clip was what I miss so much, talking to the crowd. Today's show is all about my interactions with the crowd. That was from a comedy show I did in Brea at the Improv when I started to talk to this engineer, and apparently he shut down. I had to reboot the show, as you saw, and I miss it so much. I miss talking to the crowd. Live comedy, I don't think will ever go away because it's so much better than virtual comedy or comedy on TV, because you're there when comedy happens, talking to the crowd, not knowing what's happening, and then finding the funny moment. It's such a deeper, better laugh, and it's my favorite part of comedy, and I miss it wildly. I miss you. I miss you guys, the crowd, wildly, and we'll be back there someday, but I find myself being a little melancholy thinking about those days. But more of that show coming up, by the way. That guy eventually did reboot, and it got funny again, which is what you never know when you're talking to the crowd where it's going to go. So stick around. More of that live show coming up at the end. In my Comedy in Place segment today, I want to share with you my favorite comedy club interaction story, which came from Rooster T. Feathers. Absolutely true story. And by the way, one of my favorite clubs to play, Rooster T. Feathers, because it is in the heart of Silicon Valley. It's in Sunnyvale, California. It's nerdvana, okay? I can't get too nerdy there. This is how nerdy the crowd is. Most of them still have their badges. They're wearing their badges from work, like there's going to be a card reader outside the comedy club. Very nerdy. And I've written some of my best nerdy jokes there. And one of the jokes I wrote, which I've been doing for a long time, and I'm just going to tell you the joke. It's not the point of the story, but this is the joke I told. And then I got a heckler, and that's my favorite part of the story. So the joke goes like this. And Adam walks into a bar, right? Asks the bartender for a double. Bartender pours him the drink, hands it to him, and goes, "Man, you look terrible. What's your problem?" And the Adam says, I lost an electron today. And the bartender says, "You sure?" And the Adam says, "I'm positive." Now, at this point, it's an old joke because I wrote it like 25, 30 years ago. But I told that joke on stage. And in the front row, and this could only, one of the few places it could happen at Rooster T. Feathers, right there in Silicon Valley, there's a drunk guy right in the front row who happens to be a chemist, a drunk chemist, and he heckles me. I'm being heckled by a drunk chemist, and he's like, "That's not a physics joke. That's a chemistry joke. That's atomic chemistry, not physics. You're completely wrong." And I stopped, and I thought, no, it's a physics joke. I'm a physics guy. So I said, "Sir, you want to hear?" And I made this up on the spot, I swear. I said, "You want to hear a chemistry joke, sir? I'll tell you a chemistry joke. That's a physics joke. Here's a chemistry joke." And I said to him, same bar, later that day, a catalyst walks in, right? A catalyst. And as he's walking in, the bouncer stops and goes, hey, where do you think you're going?" And the catalyst says, "I'm going to get a drink." He goes, No, you're not coming in here. Last time you came in here, you started something." That is a chemistry joke. I made that up there on the spot, on the stage. It made it so much better. Even when I tell the story today, it's funny. But that night, that was the best moment, and I miss that wildly. I miss you. I miss you people in the crowd. We'll be back there soon, I know. But today I'm going to share the crowd interactions that I miss so wildly. So hang in there. I hope you enjoyed that joke, that little joke there. There's more live comedy coming up. In the meantime, I'll see you guys soon in the comedy club. In the meantime, I'll be here at Comedy in Place until we're back together again. Keep laughing. Here comes your video. I gotta wait while this show reboots now. We'll go to this side of the room. Apparently this one... Might be the funniest thing on my tape all night, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being that unresponsive. I couldn't have asked for any better. Where's the group over here? What am I thinking? I'm an engineer trying to talk to an engineering crowd. We did not know we had to socialize. Could you just do your act and we'll take some notes and we'll go home? Thank you for coming out, Cedars folks. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Did you reboot? Yeah. Did you figure out what company? Did your card out? Oh, that's where I work.
Sorry, we're at IBM.
That's very funny. I swear to God, I used to work at IBM. I did. I was a chip designer at IBM, which should scare you all very much right now. I'm sure there's people bringing back systems board. Who designed this? Some comedian? As a matter of fact. He's at Brea this week. If you can get him to debug your system. What do you do? You a software guy, a hardware guy? What do you do?
Software. Engineer.
Yeah. Engineer? Software engineer? I was a hardware engineer, so we have to go out and fight now, I think. Hardware engineers and software engineers never get along. So whoever's the hardware guy, he's like, that's a software problem.
Don't blame me, it's a hardware problem.
What is that, sir?
Don't blame me, it's a hardware problem.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point, I think, sir. Thanks for joining me on that. That's what I was going for there. You say it's a hardware problem, I say it's a software problem, meanwhile, these people aren't getting anything done. That's the great part about our relationship. You know, that's why we came up with firmware, because that's neither. It's like, then we can both agree it's some firmware guy's problem. It's not hardware, it's not software, it's firmware. Which is probably why it's broken. It's not hard or soft. It has no idea what it's doing. Well, where'd you go to school, ex-IBMer? All right, I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes. Apparently, every now and then he just needs to take a nap. I was busy running some stuff in the background, and I can't get to your joke right now. And background, that's very funny. He's got some kernel programs running. That's very. There are some nerdy people here. I made a kernel reference, and you got it. So.